Hey, you guys, long time no see. I am back here for a story time from my bedroom. We haven't done one of these in ages, you guys. Before we get started, how are you all doing? How are you doing? I'm doing absolutely amazing, you guys. Go ahead and click the bell for notification. Give the videos a thumbs up. Engage with me down in the comment because you know I talk back. And if you don't like the video, what do we say? We don't care. Keep it scrolling, baby. We're not going to be mad at you. And also subscribe to the channel because it is absolutely free. Everything is going up so high, but YouTube is yet free. Did y'all check out the price of eggs? Honey, eggs is $4 a carton here. So I got to find a chicken. See if somebody got a wholesale chicken, maybe on Facebook Market or something like that, can sell me a chicken so I can have me some good scrambled eggs in the morning every day because I refuse to pay $4 for some eggs. You guys, I was driving down the street one day and I haven't done story time in a while just because, honey, after a while, you run out of stories. I done told you my whole life story. You know about my daddy, you know about Tracy and all her encounters and honey, I done spilled it all. But I'm sitting here thinking about this one time, you guys. Now, this was when I probably was 14 or something like that. Tracy was probably 15, 16. And then it was my little brother who probably would have been like maybe 12 or something like that if I was 14. You guys, let me tell you about when Barron, honey, tried to lightweight put us in slavery. No, we were in slavery, honey, because there was no wages. You were going to get beat if you didn't do it. And the master was watching, okay? So, you know, Bear, you know your internet daddy, God rest his soul, had a drinking problem. And Bear, for some reason, could not really hold a good, stable job. He worked a lot of piece jobs, you know, where you can go like to temporary agencies and things like that. And he worked 2 and 3 of them. You know, if one didn't have work, he would go over to the next one and all those different things. So it was a few times he did have a good job, like at the meat house or something like that. But I don't know what transpired as to why he wasn't working there anymore. So sometime in between the part-time jobs or the temporary jobs, the kind that pay like every day. Let me know if you guys have those in your city. The kind that pay like every day, which you really were making maybe 30, 40 bucks a day at that particular time. Barron would decided he wanted to do delivery. Now, you know your internet daddy only had about $2 worth of gas. So he decided he wanted to do delivery. Now, there was a company, I don't know what the name of this company is, but back in the day, this was around in the, no, it wasn't the 90s. It was the 80s because I was grown in the 90s and I wasn't doing that type of work. It was in the 80s and there was a company that you would get grocery store ads and they would hang it on your doorknob. I don't know what that thing, it was called Door something or whatever. But do you guys remember that? It was a white little thin plastic bag and inside of it you would have stuff from like Kroger or whatever your local grocery store is. We would have Kroger and Save a Lot and IGA, and you had to put the job was he had to go to this godforsaken warehouse somewhere and he would pick up bundles of paper ads. So you had a big bundle of ads that were bound together with those plastic straps that if you try to pull it apart, you cut your hand. So you had to cut it. And then if you cut it, you better move back because them suckers were snapping. He would pick up multiple bundles, however many ads were running that week. And he would bring these bundles home. So he would come home with the car loaded down, you guys. Nobody went with him when he went because there was going to be no room in that car for you. And he drove over there. He would come back with a trunk full of ads. Honey, it was thousands of ads that he had. And you had to collate and put together all the ads. So if you had 5 ads, get your 5 ads, take the little plastic bag, stick them inside of there, find an empty box somewhere, put all this stuff inside of there. And then they gave you your route. So on Saturdays and Sundays, my God, let me take a sip for the calls, honey, because it was a mess. You had to deliver in the hot summer, all of those ads, baby, it was worse than Amazon. It was worse than Amazon. You're talking about hundreds of those bags that we had to sit for hours and put it together. So we're all down in the bottom living room. Me, Tracy, Wendell, JoJo, my mom. Barron was there a little bit, but I really don't remember him being there. And we had like a little assembly line going on, and we was boxing them up and bagging them up and putting them in a box. And then, maybe the next day somebody will run the, when it was close to time to actually deliver, we would run those boxes out to the car, and we would spend hours, my God, riding through the neighborhoods. And these people were particular. The company was particular, and the people that used to receive those were particular. They didn't want you to just throw them at the end of their yard, which would have been much easier because you can ride in a car and just kind of sling it like the newspaper people used to do. No, honey, these homeowners and their bougie selves wanted it hanging on their door. If it is a door ad, then it needs to be on the door. If for some reason they screen door wouldn't open or something like that, you could put it on their porch step or something like that. So Barron would get all of us together, him, my mama, me, Tracy, and JoJo, and we're in this car, and he's taking us to these neighborhoods, and he said, grab a bunch of them, go ahead and get out. And you had to it wasn't like, oh, go to house number 1735 on Rhode Island Street 17, and then go a couple of doors down. No, every house got it. So when they gave you a street, that was your street. He had multiple streets, you guys. Do you know? Go ride down in the neighborhood and see how many houses there really is. And you have to walk up to every single house. It was not about like the mailman, where some of them got to help him. He got the mailbox at the end of the thing where he can put the mail in there. We since grown from that. No, you had to walk up there. You had to walk all the way up to these people's yards. So Barron would probably do the first street. So he's half drunk, waiting for some money to roll in, probably had a hangover. He would be with us for the first street, maybe half a street. And he would park the car. He would walk back. My mom's sitting in the car. She was sickly, so she couldn't, do that type of work. And we're out there, honey. We didn't have a Huggy. We didn't have a Capri Sun. We didn't have a bottle of water. He didn't give us no snacks, y'all. We didn't have sunscreen, mosquito spray. Honey, SPF for your face. Baby, we was out there roasting and cooking, honey, delivering little packets to put on people's door at stores that weren't in our neighborhood, because we lived in the impoverished neighborhood. So these neighborhoods had different grocery stores, than we did, except for some of the bigger chains like Kroger. So I'm like, are you serious right now? Honey, we used to be dying. He didn't have a cooler in the car with some wonderful soft drinks. A bag of chips would have been nice. Even some hot dog fruit gushers, something. And then we would just make our way back. Now, if you get all the way down the street, he may have been merciful and drive up there so that you could, like not have to walk all the way back down the street to get some more, because you could only have so many in your hand. This man did not even have a red wagon where we could have put him in a wagon and dragged him like that. No, you running up and down this street, a long street, blocks long, some of them, and going to get some more ads and then walk your way. The man didn't even give you a ride back up there. So as time goes on, I guess he got a little, you're killing the workers out here, honey. We fried skin. It's just surprised we didn't get some cancer messing with this man, and we weren't getting paid. You wasn't getting $1. You wasn't getting $2. You wasn't getting no lunch money. You were getting nothing. Well, this was in the summer. So we were getting nothing. Free labor, honey. He might as well have been on a horse with a whip, honey. He might as well have been on a horse, because this was just modern day slavery at this point. So eventually he started, I don't know if my mom mentioned it to him. She probably was the voice of reason, to say, why don't you drive up there, like midway, so they don't have to walk so far back. So here he is driving, looking at us. looking like Snoop did in Baby Boy when he was eyeballing dude, Jody, trying to figure out how he was going to shoot him. The man had the air conditioner on, y'all, window halfway down, eyeballing, looking at, put that on the door. Don't just throw it in the yard. Are you serious? This is your job. First of all, this is child labor laws is out here. You ain't supposed to have kids out in the heat. We ain't supposed to be working this many hours. We ain't got no work permit. What are you doing, honey? Y'all daddy was a complete mess. Honey, that was the year, that was the summer of slavery. Honey, it was the summer of slavery messing with this man. I mean to tell you, I was so glad when that man decided, or either he end up getting another job, which he didn't have to do this little hustle on the side. Baby, I was excited for the man. I was excited because we didn't have to spend our entire Saturdays and Sundays running up to random people's homes, putting stuff on the door and cooking, physically cooking in the sun, in the humidity. If you ever been to Ohio, honey, it's humidity. You're sweating by the loads. You're sweating behind your knees, and I ain't even know behind my knees had sweat glands, y'all. It's horrible. But that was our summer, honey. Summer of slavery is what I'm going to call this video. And hope YouTube don't flag it, baby, because this is my truth, honey. No, this ain't my truth. This is the truth. And Tracy will testify, honey. He worked us for an entire summer and then had the nerves because JoJo, my younger brother, was the baby. Honey, sometimes he was sitting in the car watching us. Really? You gonna work these two women, honey? I'm not Rosie the Riveter. You don't see me with the fist wanting to be out there in the workforce. I'm looking for early retirement. I wasn't trying to be working back then. This your job, honey. And didn't get paid nothing, y'all. Didn't get paid nothing. That's my story, baby. Don't be working them kids and don't be going to pick up these part-time jobs working these kids and then got these kids out here working. If you're going to have them out here working, put some good work ethics in them, then good Lord, pay the kids. Give them something and give them some refreshments, some chips, a dip, or something afterwards. An ice cream cone, honey. I would have took one of them Dixie cups at this point. We got nothing. Nothing whatsoever. I'm surprised we wasn't out there hallucinating from dehydration, honey. It wasn't nothing but the mercy of the Lord looking over us, shop, because I really shouldn't have been here. You guys, I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. I got a wedding to go to on Saturday. Well, my daughter's doing makeup on Saturday for a wedding. So I got a wedding to go to just to help with the makeup. I ain't going to be there for the service, but I do got a wedding to go to, you guys. I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend, you guys. And hopefully I will see you next week. You have a great day. And also, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notification, get the videos a thumbs up, and if you don't like the video, keep it scrolling, honey, because we don't want you over here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.